So, this is a video series that I'm going to be creating to address all the misconceptions around capitalism. And we'll call this series In Defense of Capitalism. So, capitalism is a system where individuals have the ability to trade goods and services in exchange for money and for profit. So, since childhood, I have held this at a very subconscious level and I was told this, that making too much money is evil and pursuit of profit is evil. And if you ask for somebody more than what you need, which is what profit is, beyond personal expense, whatever is left over is profit. So I was told that pursuit of profit itself is extremely evil endeavor, and businessmen have just found a way to organize themselves to make a lot of money at the expense of others. And this is a narrative that I was brought into, and that if you have more than other people and they don't have food to eat, but you have food to waste, then you are an evil person. And if somebody has doesn't even have shoes to walk on, to walk with, and you have three cars, then somehow that's evil. And I really believed it. I would say at a subconscious level, I wanted to work hard. I wanted to earn money. I had big dreams and ambitions, and all of them could be only fulfilled with money. But the process of money is, said to be evil. So how is it that you can fulfill your dreams if you think making money and the act of making money and the act of making profit itself is evil? And having something that others don't have is evil. And having knowledge that others don't have is evil. And accomplishments and showing your accomplishments is evil. And if you put your name on something that you created, then somehow you are extremely egoistic. So, although this doesn't seem like a direct attack on capitalism, it is. And so I wasn't wired to be a capitalist. It's something that I got educated into. And until very recently, at a very subconscious level, I held these beliefs to be true because I was told all of these things since I was a kid through movies, news channels, demonstrating the gap between the rich and the poor, the whole basis of taxes, and painting the rich as evil sinisters. So, obviously, if the rich are painted as evil sinisters, why would you aspire to be evil? You wouldn't. You want to be good and you want to aspire to be good. But if all the figures who are super successful are punished in the society and their names are slandered, there are lawsuits that are launched against them, there are investigations, false criminal investigations launched at them, um, then there is an example that is set that these people did something evil. So I'm going to be getting into this because I think that a lot of the people may have this in their psyche. And so as I started talking to people, I realized that not at a conscious level, perhaps, but at a subconscious level, people think that having more than others is evil and profit is evil, and having more than what you need is evil. You don't have a right to wear a diamond watch when people don't have food to eat, or you don't have the right to drive or ride in a private jet if people don't have food to eat. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of your success. You should be ashamed of your ambition, which is really greed, and you should be ashamed for asking for money for what you provide. And you should look yourself in the mirror, right? These are the sayings that I had ringing in my head, that if I start to make money, this is what people will say about me. And this can create fear, resistance, hesitation, moral dilemma, and it can frankly interfere in the process of making money, although there's nothing evil about it. And I'm going to be covering that, and how some evil people give a bad name to capitalism because they misuse capitalism. They sell things that are not in the um, public interest, not good for humanity, not good for people. It's harmful, and they misrepresent their products and hurt people. So just because of those people, all the businessmen are slandered. And so I'm going to be talking about that also. I'm not going to discount that, but just the pursuit of business, just the pursuit of making money, is that evil? So I'm going to be talking a lot about that, so that this dilemma is cleared. So you can feel comfortable taking action. You can feel comfortable raising capital. You can feel comfortable asking for a sale for a service that you're providing somebody without feeling guilty. And you can buy things that you want, and you don't have to be ashamed of your success and ashamed of your abilities, ashamed of your skills. And if especially if you work to develop them while others weren't working, then you should not feel ashamed about it. And I saw this for the first time. One of my clients who was just about to, just before he signed up for the mentorship, he said he expressed his feeling about the mentorship because he saw the result it can produce. And he said, Prithvi, I'm a little bit hesitant to take action on the steps. I said, why is that? He says, if I take the steps and I get these powerful people together, um, and I make a lot of money, then I will, you know, I feel like I'll be betraying my environment because, they don't have what I would have. And, and I would feel guilty of what I have and what they don't, because I would have what they don't have. So I said, but are they putting the efforts that you are putting right now? Are they taking the risk that you are taking right now? And did they do a call with me, and did they take the initiative to get this information? And did they watch the videos? And did they take the notes? You took the notes. You are on this call. You're the one exposing yourself. You're the one working. You're the one taking the risk. And you're the one who's going to be creating a lot of value. And you need and you deserve to be paid. And it made a little bit sense to him, and he started to shake his head. And then I said, let's say you don't do the steps. Who does that help? If you made money, you have something to give. Even if you believe in charity, you can give it to charity. Or if you want to create more goods and services that benefit people, you can do that also and make more money, obviously, and then support more causes. And guess what? Once you acquire the knowledge, once you know how to do it, you can teach it to others. So you being competent only helps people. You making money puts you in a position to do something about the causes that matter to you. But let's say you don't acquire the power, you're not in an influential position, then if something matters to you, what are you going to do? You can't do anything if you don't have the money, if you don't have the influence, if you don't have the power. So, but I was taught growing up, and a lot of the people I'm sure are taught, that influence and power and money is bad and it's somehow evil. So this is a project, and I've been studying a lot of books. I've been studying the works of Ayn Rand, who has influenced Elon Musk, Donald Trump, um, one of the Google founders, Larry Ellison, who, and some of these people are worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and Kevin O'Leary, and even Shah Rukh Khan, if some of you know who he is. It's a top, one of the biggest Indian actors. So a lot of she's influenced a lot of the people, and she talks about capitalism. She talks about the self-interest. She talks about the profit, and she clarifies how capitalism is in bad. So I've been studying her work, and I've been studying a lot of text around this subject because I was really confused. And if you are confused, if you are not sure, if you feel hesitant to make a lot of money, and I'm not talking about making just a little bit more, but significantly more money than you need, and you have a guilt around it, you don't know if it's the right thing to do. If you're not clear if it's the right thing to do, you're not going to do it because you're always going to be one foot forward, one foot back, and second guessing yourself. So it's important to really sit down, analyze what I'm doing. Is it evil? Is it bad? Or am I being made to feel bad? Am I being painted as a bad person? if I want money, if I pursue profit. And this is something that I've seen in many cultures, except for the United States. In United States, you can talk about money, but uh, there are a lot of cultures where talking about money is considered almost evil. How can you talk about profit? All you guys talk is profit, and it's all about the bucks for you. It's all about the money for you. You should talk about helping people. What about the poor people in Africa? And what about this? And what about that? Why do you guys always talk about money? And it's such a bad idea. And you should really look yourself in the mirror and think about what you speak. And you should not even have that in your mind. You should just figure out what you're passionate about and just focus on helping people, and don't worry about the money, or counting money, and all of this is just bad. So I've seen that in a lot of the cultures, and I'm going to talk about that as well. Where does that come from? How is it programmed? And how does that stop you? And it stops you at every moment. When you're looking for a sale, when you're raising capital, when you have a business idea, when you write your goals down, and when you want to think big, why don't you? Why do you hold yourself back? And why do you don't want to be at the top? What is it about the top that you were told, and what are the negative narratives that were programmed in your mind, and what are a lot of the misconceptions? So that's the purpose of this series, to really clarify business, pursuit of profit, and capitalism, and what it can do for you, what it does for the society, and civilization as a whole. Okay, so we're going to perform analysis on multiple levels, at the individual level, at the country level, and overall society. And we'll also talk about, speaking of evil, we'll also talk about countries that did not adopt capitalism, that rejected the idea of money and rejected the idea of profits and trade, and what happened to those countries. Did they flourish, or did they become evil? We're also going to talk about that. So I look forward to delivering the next videos. They are extremely nuanced and complicated, so make sure you watch every single one of them in order and sequence. But I just wanted to create this preface, to create a background of what this is going to be about and what is the purpose behind it. I'll talk to you soon.